Moningo mambo gigi magisa gide obale. Gide obale. Moningo mambo gigi magisa gide obale. Gigi magia bashi la keli. Gigi magia c'est pour sauver la ville, mais c'est magie pour pas balayer. Parti la télé.
Just because you know how to conduct voodoo ceremonies, it doesn't mean that you have the experience to do spiritual work. There's a lot of Asogwe Wugans, Asogwe Mambos, that think just because they can sing, they can dance, they can do veves, they think that they can enter into the domain of spiritual work. And this is very confusing, and a lot of people get these two things mixed up. Well, what is ceremony? Ceremony is a way to give offering and respect to God or your ancestors or the deities that your ancestors served. And sometimes in these ceremonies, certain people ask or they pray and they ask for blessings and things of that nature. Now, on the end of magie in Haitian voodoo or magie in Haitian culture, or what I would say the working aspect, is more complicated than just singing, dancing, making veves on the floor. It's more complicated than that because the working aspect of the mystic, the mystique or magicien, this is a process of learning that comes through trial and error, decades and generations of experience being applied. In rituals of voodoo ceremonies, you see there are things done to teach you or to give you an example of what is done in practicality. It is no different from forms in Kung Fu. When you see a person practicing forms in Kung Fu, it is not real combat, but they're giving you demonstrations of movements or blows that can be applied in real life combat. You can't take a person that practices forms and throw them in the ring with a professional fighter. Likelihood the person practicing forms will get their fucking lights turned off. So it's the same thing with spiritual work as well as ritual or ceremony. The ceremony, it's good because you are practicing steps ritualistically. And these ritualistic steps give you an idea of what you should do home, as well as things that may follow in real life events. But you can't be a person that spends most of your time practicing rituals and think that you can open up a shop and do spiritual work for people. I've come across many people that just because they see a voodoo name on top and they see a bunch of people shaking the ass on and they singing a bunch of songs, they think that these people know what the fuck they're doing. They got a cow, they basically cutting the cow's throat, and you get all excited like, oh my God, they're making a big offering. Oh my God, it's going to work because they just killed the cow. One thing an experienced worker learns is that it's the most simplest things that make a lot of things work. It's the simplest things that bear great results. You can see a guy doing a lot of flashy stuff, and this is what MMA proved. And I got to use this because MMA gives me, or martial arts gives me a way to put a lot of things that theoretical into common sense. Because like you see, the flashy rituals, the flashy ceremonies of Haitian Vodou, it's no different from when UFC first started. You had everybody coming out with their wah, 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 all their Bruce Lee antics, all their chop saki antics. When they got face to face with street fighters, they got face to face with full contact Muay Thai fighters and collegiate wrestlers, all that chop saki shit went out the window. These guys were getting slammed on their fucking head. These guys were getting their lights fucking took out. In the real world of combat. So you have to look at in the same way with traditional, or let's just say ceremonial practices. You can't take ceremonial practices and think that, you know, you can go to spiritual war with someone who's been known for creating poisons. You know, or someone who's been known for doing black magic ceremonies every day, excuse me, not ceremonies, but practicing or doing work scientifically with a scientific method of how to destroy his enemies. When I say with a scientific method, because in order for these Walkers in Haiti to create poud, some poud, they try it on animals. They see how it affects animals. And when they see how it affects the animals, they use it on human beings. So what they do, they put it to their test. Or in some sense, if they're doing aggressive magic to attack an enemy, what they will do is try it on someone they don't like. And when they see the reactions of that one individual, they document it. And then they try it on another individual and another individual. If it's bearing the same results, then that's what it is. This is applied science. This is practicality. Practice. Where per se a person that goes and do a ceremony once a month, once every 3 months, they're singing, they're dancing, they're not ready for the real world. And when it comes down to doing work for real life situations, whether it's love, whether it's legal work, this is something that you have to have experience in. In this life of spiritual work, there's different domains. Some people are specialists in court work. There's some people that are specialists in doing malicious work, travail mal fait. There's some people that are, good at doing love work. And all these domains of spiritual work, these things require real life experience. So I'd say to you people out there looking for people to do spiritual work for you, don't go off of, a big ceremony, all ceremonial talk. What you want is someone that can do the job. Just because a person doesn't dress all in white and they don't have an ass on their shaking and they got a fucking pie hat in their head, it doesn't mean that what they're doing is not effective. When you go to a Walker's house in Haiti, they're not dressed up on some, dancing here and there. You want this? This is how much it is. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. So with that said, I conclude this video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.